Yeah, the impacts of the Bufo ceremony continue to unfold. Um, Yesterday, I wrote a bunch of notes about how fine things were, how fundamentally fine everything is, and yeah, I mean, I'll kind of read through it, but um, at one point, amid all the sort of easy, um, I don't know, the ease of the way life felt easy, easeful. I mentioned, check back in with me next week. Maybe I'll be having another existential crisis. Um, and sure enough, within hours before I even got to make the video, something happened that, an old pattern was activated, and I felt punched in the gut about something relatively small. Um, but then, yeah, the sort of the snowball effect happened where you kind of get knocked down by one thing, and then you start to doubt everything, and then you realize you built a structure, and you realize there's no structure, and then the mind starts being like, how do you live without structure? And it's just sort of like off to the races. Um, and I mean, of course, there was some equanimity in the midst of all that. And, a sense that uh, this is kind of putting a neon sign on places that still are grasping. And that's a kindness. And yeah, I took sort of half a cannabis gummy and settled into just going unabashedly into all the places that still clench a little bit, and spending some time in, maybe for the first time, so embodied that I had no body, if that makes sense. Um, so so one with the sensations of the body space, the energies. I mean, I don't know, I had my eyes closed most of the time, so it is so strange though that there's a screen. It really is like a screen, like a two-dimensional screen that the visual field is. Our visual field. Um, but yeah, even when I'd open my eyes, it would make a lot of difference. There's a screen, an apparent screen, apparent energy field of sensations, words and thoughts coming and going, like just like the way that when you work with mushrooms and they make the bathroom tiles super interesting because they morph and change and undulate and um, doesn't mean anything. It's not, if you're looking for meaning in your bathroom tiles looking fascinating, it's just fascinating. It's just fascination, apparently. Um, but yeah, spending some time and yeah, total sensation space and the idea of a body. You can have that idea and then the idea passes and you're back in uh, totally immersed in awareness. And then something, of course, eventually, usually pretty quickly, wants to pull back. Okay, what's going on? What does this mean? What do I need to look out for? Even with that moderate dose of bufo, something was still pulling back, and it kind of put a spotlight on that too, a neon sign on you're pulling back, even now. And in a way, I feel like it's what I needed to be shown. Um, and it's still not that easy to dissolve the structure completely without feeling like I need a watcher, a watchtower. But I feel maybe more clear on where I need to go, like which is more fully here, which I already knew, but it can be really helpful for somebody to just put that spotlight. Because when I did spend some time in total immersion or unity with sensation field, and there's nothing to compare it with. there's no there's no better or worse. There's just what is. And it's inherently nice, interesting. It really feels like another dimension. It's so interesting that you really get so embodied that you disembody. No, you don't disembody. You really get so immersed. Yeah, size has no meaning. It's just an ocean of energy, and you can't really say much about it. You can just be it. But then there's also the neon spotlight on parts of my apparent, human psyche body that still is not It's still clinging, clinging. That still has a kind of dread or fear, and that's fine because everything's fine. There's no way it needs to be. I don't have to immerse myself in full immersion all the time. That's a, that's an apparent option. I don't have to, work through my trauma, my body stuff. I can just be with it for however long it wants to be here, truly, without an agenda, without a worry, without a sense of rush, without a sense of getting to the next thing. And still, I want some kind of framework. I still want something like that I can hold on to. I still want something I can tattoo on my hand and look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's what I need to do now. Even if it's the word immerse. Well, I don't have to do that. That might not be what the moment calls for. What does every moment call for? Acceptance. Yeah, I really, like I say, really yesterday put a neon sign on a bunch of ways I still react or hold things. And it took a while to remember that sort of lingering with them in a way that sort of contracted into them, like, oh, I shouldn't still have these, or oh, I have to work through these, or oh, this stuff's still there, I don't know how to get it out. Oh, I'm still such a hypocrite. I'm still not a real spiritual person. Oh, maybe it's all really nonsense, just like I fear. And then, yeah, when I was working with cannabis, every time one of those thoughts would come, I just let it totally have the spotlight. Like, oh, what if this is all fake? It's like, okay, well, that's a thought about fakeness. What else is here? Oh, I shouldn't be going in circles. I know this. I already know this. I've already done this. I know this. This song and dance. It's like, okay, that's a story about knowing this song and dance. But no, you can't just say that's a story. It's going to come back. It's going to keep coming back over and over and over again. Okay, that's two stories. I know this song and dance. It's happened before, and it will continue to happen forever unless I deal with it. How do I deal with it? Those are some thoughts. What's the feeling? What's here? I mean, what's here? What else is here? And just kind of letting all those sensations be exactly what they are. Immerse into them as fully I mean, not immerse in them, be them. And, slowly it gets more and more. There's less and less to hang on to. The identity, what's left of it, gets thinner and thinner. The last vestiges that hold the tightest aren't quite as certain. It's getting pretty airy right now. The energy is moving through. It seems to move mostly through the midline of my front body, not my spine. Just dissolving. Who the fuck knows? Moving, existing. A kind of dread or suspicion comes. And that's allowed too. Because it's getting emptier and emptier. And there's some grief more than, I tend to think I'm over it. I tend to tell myself I'm over it, don't care about the human thing, whatever. But these little holding on places would beg to differ. I have bypassed in the past as much as I mean, I do it without fully realizing it. All that the only thing that points to it is a kind of heavy feeling in the gut that I don't always feel. So when I don't feel it, I think it's not there. And the next time I feel it, I think there's a problem. There's no problem. It's just a feeling. It's a feeling that's trying to tell me there's a problem. It's a feeling that's trying to tell me all kinds of difficult things that have no truth value. That space between molecules. If that Bufo experience was any indication, source is empty, 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 empty. Just like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's empty. Bringing that into this realm, it's almost like, feels like bringing a demon into, from the upside down. Feels dangerous. So why is my instinct telling me to do it? My instinct. like a lemming going off a cliff, maybe. Maybe not like anything at all. The stories we tell ourselves, they can somehow be catalysts to get to a storyless place. No idea. What's going to happen next? No idea what just happened. And I'm going to get self-satisfied. See, I'm trying to put a framework on that. I see all these sort of self-satisfied, oh, I've done the non-dual realization thing videos, and I find them kind of obnoxious. It's nothing to be self-satisfied about. In my opinion, what the hell do I know? Maybe appearing self-satisfied is the perfect appearance at a given time for a given person. Maybe I'm just purely projecting. I do that a lot. Humans do that a lot. A bird just landed in a rose bush. Nobody watching this cares because there's no bird landing on a rose bush for you. You're just hearing me talk about a bird landing on a rose bush. Go outside and find a rose bush. It's my advice, which I'm not going to, well, I might take it. I might go outside. I'm going to chat with somebody soon. Nobody cares. This is just a story that's happening for me. And I'm kind of talking around it like I tend to do. One of the lines, I'm reading Marta's book from Temple of the Way of Light. One of the lines in her book that, and her book is uh, really, I'm really glad I'm reading it. It's sort of activating me in different ways. But one of the things that I read that was interesting was she talked about how women, some women, wise women, elders, healers, had easy access to how did she put it? Effortless connection to the spirit realm. Now, the spirit realm, as far as I know, is a story. You know, what can we really say about it? So whatever story you want it to be. Elves. Take medicine and see elves. Snakes. Jaguars. Maybe there are connections. Maybe there is magic and meaning, but that's destined to crumble in time. Everything is. Spirit realm. I guess it's an option, an optional story, an optional side quest, an optional extra level of the video game. Still doesn't mean anything. Maybe I mean it can mean things on local. By local, I mean anything short of infinite. Ya Allah. Oh, but anyway, I was wondering, do I have effortless access to the spirit realm? And I was feeling kind of left out, you know? I'm kind of like, is that even something I should want? So it kind of like it niggled, you know? But nothing really needs to niggle. Can. That's an option. It's part of what happens, but I can very simply come back to my cathedral of sensations. It's kind of like an ayahuasca vision quest in a way. It's just sensations are so nebulous, indefinable. You get so close you can't see what the hell it is. Or maybe you can see exactly what it is, which is indeterminate, indefinable. And some overcast of dread or doubt can come. Join the party. What else is there? Thoughts about the future. Thoughts about whether I should or should not have. What was it again? Effortless connection to the spirit realm. I'm thinking right now about what to name this video if I even post it. Rambling for the sake of rambling. If there's progress. I mean, if the video helps me in my apparent path. It's such a funny paradox because there's just nowhere to be, nowhere to go. But there are apparent layers, very sneakily obscure plain being. And right now, another thought says, you can't just abandon the world into pure being. But it's like, isn't pure being the opposite of abandoning the world? Isn't it abandoning the world to discount the cathedral of sensations, to kind of find faults with what you see? I'm not abandoning the world, I'm abandoning illusions that seem to harm the world. But there's a price. Apparently. And the price is giving up on trying to escape. Fully realizing the full extent to which, if you have any control, it's minuscule, minuscule. The best you can hope for is minuscule. You just have to hope that the universe does love itself. and is not going to cut your throat the minute you let your guard down completely. Okay, gotta go.